Alright, so what's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? It's the Night Sun here, back with another video. And this video is going to be about it's never too late. It's never too late. It's kind of interesting that it's never too late. I was about to say, because the thing about it is, there's so many people, like, it's so many people that, like, I look up to in a sense of, like, of course, would they be classified as celebrities, but, like, just idols, like Malcolm X. Take Malcolm X for example. It's probably one of my favorite people I like to even research about and really just hear about is Malcolm X. Like the story of like where he came from and then who he was before he became, a civil rights activist. Like it's beautiful. Like they said he was a pimp. This nigga went to jail and then he came back out. I think he said 13. It was between 11 and 13 years later, and he came out like a Muslim. Like that's in my mind, that's who the type of person I'm trying to become. Not that specifically, but I come back out. Like in my mind, maybe I'm not the only person that feels like that. I just want to disappear. Like I just want to disappear off the face of the earth. I really don't. I really wish that people didn't. I wasn't. I really wish I didn't know people in the sense of like relationships, because I don't. I be feeling bad that I don't talk to people, because I genuinely don't have the urge to talk to people. Not saying I don't care about them, I just don't talk. I just don't want to talk. I'm like the most introvert, even though when I'm in public and I can really become an extrovert, but like maybe I am really an extrovert for real, but I just grew up shy as fuck. But like I've been so quiet, I grew up so socially awkward and all this type of shit, so I just learned to just stay in my own world and stay to myself. So I got good at just living in my own mental, playground and shit like that. But not to go too crazy off, I always had a desire like to get the fuck away from everybody. Like I wish people didn't know me. I wish I could just be a mysterious nigga, like a fucking anime character or something. Like fucking Batman. Like that's really how I deem my life to be, and I really want to be like that. Like real shit. Like that's really what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build a fucking empire like that. But that's beside the point. The point is that stop beating yourself up, is that it's never too late. Like I was always like Malcolm X, my bad, I know I forgot what I was talking about. Malcolm X, he did all that and then he still found a way to circle all the way back around, and he died when he was like 33, 34, 35, 36, one of those, that little area. But some people have a bad start to life, like literally, and some people just got a fucked up starting point. I had to realize that for myself too. I'm like, I'm when I was younger, you know how they say like a comparison is the thief of joy. It's like I'm comparing myself to kids that had parents growing up, that had parents that did their job growing up. So I'm comparing myself to them, and then I feel less than myself because my parents didn't do it. Of course, my parents did their best, but somebody else's parents really excelled at their purpose in doing and holding their family down. And I'm feeling less than because my parents didn't do that, and I'm taking that type of shit personal, man. Because realistically, you should take it personal to a certain extent. But I would beat myself over that, I grew up in poverty. I'm beat myself up that I don't have enough money as them. Or I don't have the designer on. I don't have the more name brand shit on. I'm not dressing like hell everybody else dressing. I'm looking at myself like I'm less than. And when in reality, none of that shit really mean anything when you really break it down. Yeah, it's a status symbol, but it doesn't hold any true value in, intangibility. Some people, people that can hustle, I guess you can, but at the same time, that's just another viewpoint to look at it. But I was beating myself over, beating myself about it bad. Like, I'm like, dog, I like, it affected my self-esteem and how I even view being around people. Like, I never, like, when I was in high school, I first got a job, man. I was already just an extrovert. Like I'm already not an introvert, and I'm like not wanting to be around people. I got a job, and I'm like, just because I'm trying to make some type of money, because I feel like money is, I guess, damn, they loud as hell. I felt that money was gonna, I guess, mask the fact that I was raised in poverty or something. Like I'm sitting there, and I'm making money now, and I'm sitting there trying to keeping up with the Joneses, and I'm like, why am I doing this shit for people I don't really give a fuck about? And I'm just sitting there like, damn, like And it made me, and I'm glad I learned that shit. You know, like, I'm sitting there I'm having these revelations at like fucking 18 and 19 and fucking 20. I'm like, why am I doing all this shit for? Like, for what reason? Like, it was zero purpose to it. And I had to realize that everybody is literally like running their own race, like for real. I'm like, so why the fuck? Like, of course I got my own timeline. Like I'm such a futurist. And I got like shit planned out year by year, and that's how I operate. Like, by 25, I'm gonna be a multimillionaire. I'm 22. I'm 21, going on 22 next month. So that's how I'm planning it. And 20, by the time I'm 25, I'm gonna be, that's 2027. So I'm like, okay, well, that's not bad, and you know, and I guess I'm to the point now where it's like I'm in flow with the universe. Like, of course my life is not perfect. Shit, I was just arguing with my fucking girl yesterday. We've been arguing like fucking crazy, but I'm not about to go too deep into that. But it's just, you know, I'm still grateful that I'm up. I'm grateful that my life is, even the fucked up shit that it didn't make it. When you understand the rhythm of life, you realize that, you know, just bad moments just gonna happen, and you gotta be grateful for the moments. Like, if my life is so fucked, like my life growing up was just so fucked up. Like, I learned to really appreciate how fucked up it was, and I make jokes about it, but it's not like it's like a traumatic, like sad, like fucked up. It's just like a fucked up as in, it's just those are the cards I was dealt. That's the start line. That's where I started at in life. And I'm about to say, of course, you know, and let's be honest, who don't love an underdog story? Like, somebody that really came from nothing and really made it happen. And then we all love people that, you know, can keep legacies going strong. Like, that's all this shit is beautiful. You just have to learn that, you know, your story and your specific lane, and how do you contribute to, you know, making sure that that is, you know, fulfilled. But the first thing that you learn that you must stop doing is beating yourself up about where you started, and, you know, what you have and what you don't have, because we already know material possession don't mean shit for real. They mean something to people that are bird brain. How about it to people that don't really have shit? They don't want shit neither. Well, and I would say not want shit in a mature way, not in a like a very spiritual way. Like, people, we know people that have a lot, you know, internally. Like, they have the intangibles. They don't want anything. Like, I aim to be that highly attained where I don't want nothing no more. Like, and I'm at a certain extent, I feel like I'm getting there, but I feel like I won't get there until I'm successful, really. Like, of course I want some fun shit, but I don't really want much. I don't really, you know, yearn for having anything, really. I ain't gonna lie. I think after I do my thing, like I said, I can just chill. But, you know, some people don't want nothing, and I mean that in the sense of like anything better than what they have. Some people don't have active goals to do anything better with their life, so, you know, they can really care less. But some people have better standards of themselves, so they beat themselves up when they don't make it. But you gotta understand that, you know, you're doing yourself a disservice by beating yourself up. It's almost like the world is already against you. Don't make your own self against your own self, you know? So, yeah. Stop beating up over yourself, you know? Take this shit one day at a time, and just realize who you are, and whose story you in. You know, are you in yours, or are you a side character in somebody else's? Or are you trying to be a main character in somebody else's main story, you know? So, if y'all like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Thank you.